Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is all about the third look of the Durga Puja series. It's all about the ASHTAMI makeup look, and for this year guys, I went super bold with the eyes and created this classic intense black smoky eyes paired with nude lips, which I think you can definitely pull off with your desi outfits, with your traditional outfits, as I am wearing today. I am wearing it with my black sari and it turned out to be such a gorgeous one. Make sure you subscribe and let's get started. So I'm gonna prep my skin at first. So before applying any kind of makeup, make sure that your skin is well moisturized and hydrated from within. So for the moisturizer and the serum today, I'm using the best-selling products from Key. So the first serum that I am using is this one from Key. It is the vitamin C plus E serum, which is having a very thicker consistency. As you can see, it adds a beautiful glow to the skin, and it's affordable. At the same time, it will help in curing your pigmentation, unevenness, and it will help in brightening up your skin. So I'm just using a little bit of this on my face because with this particular serum, a little product goes a long way with it. It's very thick, so make sure that you take your time and apply the product and massage it really well on the skin. So I'm applying it on all over my face and let it sink into my skin, and I really love how it actually makes my skin look. So that's the reason I always do use it. And on top of that, I'm gonna apply the moisturizer from Key, which is the vitamin C plus E super bright moisturizer. This is one of my staple moisturizers. You guys know how much I love it because it's completely water based. At the same time, it hydrates my skin and adds a lot of glow. It contains kakadu plum, blood orange along with vitamin C plus E, which has got brightening properties, which helps in curing your pigmentation, uneven skin tone, acne marks, spots, definitely over a period of time. But this is something that I absolutely love, and also makeup sits so well on top of this moisturizer. I'm gonna prep my lips using my Maybelline BABYLIPS lip balm in the shade HIGHLINE Wine. This is my staple affordable lip balm. Now it's time to move on to the brows, for which I'm using the PAC Definer eyebrow kit, which comes with 4 shades of eyebrow powders, and it also comes with an applicator, which is really useful. So using the spoolie part of the applicator, I'm gonna brush it through my brows to know the natural shape of my brow. Now I'm gonna mix in the 2 shades of the eyebrow powders, and I am gonna outline my brow. This is a very pigmented product, but it is not having heavy fallout on the skin. So if you're a beginner, you can surely use it. You can use this product on the go. You can just outline your brows, at the same time fill in the gaps of your brows, and it will make your brows look really groomed up, guys. So this is something that you can definitely check out. The shade goes really well. You can mix and match the 4 shades and make your custom shade, and it will work for you. Using the spoolie side one more time, I'm going to distribute the product on all over my brows, and this is how it looks like. Now I'm gonna use an eyebrow gel for setting my brows, for which I'm using this one by Blue Heaven. It is in the shade brown. This is something which I absolutely love, guys, because it's affordable, but it really does its work. So it's gonna set your eyebrow powder and make it really long lasting, and it also gonna add fullness and bushiness to your brows. Now since this is a very bold eye look, I am using a little bit of concealer to clean out the edges of my brows. I have also some ingrowth here and there that will be also hidden if I use a concealer. So you can see I'm just cleaning out the edges and making my brows look really prominent, defined, which I really like when I am doing an intense smoky eye look. So my brows are done, and it turned out to be a really great one. I love doing my eyebrows like this. You can definitely create your own as well. Now for the primer, I am using one of my favorite primers. This is the Maybelline Fit Me DEWY Plus Smooth Primer, which is a very hydrating creamy primer. It gets beautifully absorbed into the skin. So if you have pore issues, if you have very oily skin, you can try out pore filling primer or blurring primer or mattifying primer. Since I have combination skin type and I prefer hydrating primers over mattifying primers, so I'm using it. So this actually makes my skin marinated, guys. I love how hydrated and moisturized my skin looks after the application of this particular primer. At the same time, it's a primer, so it's gonna be adding that tackiness to your skin, which will help in sticking your foundation really well on the face and will make your makeup really long lasting, guys. So if you have blending issues with your foundation, and if you want something to blend very smoothly on the skin, use this primer and then apply foundation on top of this primer, guys, and you're gonna see how magically it blends your foundation. So since Ashtami's makeup is a bold makeup look, I'm gonna color correct my face to make my skin look even toned, for which I'm using the NYKAA Conceal and Correct palette in the shade medium, which contains 4 shades of different concealers, which you can use as your corrector, as your concealer as well. So I'm using this darker shade of concealer, which is just a little bit darker than my skin tone, as my color corrector. So using a darker shade of concealer actually helps in hiding those darkness that you have on your face. So I'm applying it on the areas where I've got hyperpigmentation issues, where I've got acne mark spots that I have, and it actually helps in making my skin look even toned. For the foundation today, I'm using my all-time favorite Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm gonna mix in these 2 shades. So mixing the shades Warm Beige and Praline gives me my perfect match. This is packed with pigments, guys, so a little product goes a long way with it. And you can see I'm taking a pump of each shade and gonna mix it in and warm it up, and then applying it with the help of my fingertips on all over my face. Now this is my favorite high-end foundation, guys, because I love how it makes my skin look. So it actually looks expensive on the skin because of the dewiness and the glowness that this particular foundation provides. And to blend out my foundation, I'm using this particular sponge, which is the Rumier Cosmetics Marshmallow Sponge. This is the softest and the best sponge that I have used till date, guys. It blends my foundation effortlessly, no patchiness, no streakiness, and you can see the glow that this particular foundation gives, guys. It looks like skin, but you can see the glow. It has got medium coverage, which you can surely build up. It will not look cakey on the skin, and it's long wearing as well. Now with the foundation, I'm gonna use the Too Faced concealer as well. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Warm Beige, and it is one of the most highly pigmented concealers that I have in my collection. So I'm just applying it under my eyes, just a little bit on the outer portion of my eyes, since I'm gonna create intense black smoky eyes. So I just want my under eyes to be really brightened and radiant, for which I'm using a full coverage concealer. This one blends effortlessly on the skin. It is non-cakey, it is non-drying, matte on the skin. It is a very, very healthy looking concealer that you can definitely try out. If you have any type of skin, guys, try out the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and you'll be loving it. For the cream blush today, I'm using Rare Beauty DEWY liquid blush in the shade Encourage. This is one of my favorite pinky mauvey nude blush from Rare Beauty that I have in my collection. This makes my skin look super juicy and dewy, guys, and this particular shade gonna rock on all skin tones because it's nude. You can wear it on your bare face, it's gonna show up on your skin, and this particular cream blush is having such a beautiful, like a super blendable formula, and you can see the instant glow that this one gives. That's gonna stay on your face throughout the entire day, guys. Up to 7 to 8 hours it will be retaining its dewiness and the glowiness, and you will love this particular blush. So it's worth all the hype around it, and you can definitely use it and you will be loving it, and it also does not disrupt your foundation. Now I'm gonna set my concealer with the help of my all-time favorite Color Bar Wetless Powder Foundation. This is also having that 24-hour formula. I'm gonna take it on my sponge and directly just press it under my eyes on the areas where I have applied the concealer, because I'm not going to set my overall face. I'm going to set the areas where my concealer creases, my foundation looks patchy, so I'm applying it on the areas where I get the most oiliness on my face. So you can see my base makeup turned out to be so beautiful, which I absolutely love. Now it's time to move on to the eyes. So at first I'm going to use my damp beauty sponge to make everything look even out and to remove all the creasiness and neutralize my eyelid, because it's a bold eye look. Now I'm gonna create the base for my smoky eyes, for which I am using kajal. So this one is by Sugar Cosmetics. It is a Stroke of Genius Heavy Duty Kohl, one of the creamiest kajals that I have in my collection. It's jet black. It applies smoothly on the eye, so you can see I'm just scribbling it on all over my eyelid, and this particular kajal actually smudges really well. So it's very easily smudgeable when you are creating a base for your smoky eyes. Now I'm using a pencil brush. This one is by Pro Arty in number PE29. I'm using it to smoke out and smudge out that kohl which I have applied on my eyelid. So using a kajal as a base for your smoky eyes actually helps in sticking your black eyeshadow really well, or any other eyeshadow really well on your eyelid. So you have to create a base using a kajal. You can also use a brown kajal, but since it's a very black intense smoky eyes, I am using a black kajal, and this is how I have created the base for my smoky eyes. On top of that, I'm going to use an eyeshadow. So I'm using the K Beauty eye canvas eyeshadow palette in the shade Bare Soul. This is something which I have religiously used, guys. You can see it's really dirty. I have been using it since a long time, and the quality of this particular eyeshadow palette is something that you should definitely check out, guys. Being an Indian brand, K Beauty has done amazing job. This particular eyeshadows are so pigmented, easy to work with, very less fallout. At the same time, you can see the black, it's so pigmented, guys. Buttery smooth formula, blendable eyeshadows. I think you should definitely give this one a chance. Taking the black from the palette with the help of a flat shader brush, I'm gonna use it on all over my eyelid. You can see I'm just topping it on my black kajal that I have used as my base, and I'm just pressing the black on top of this. And this particular flat shader brush is having a kind of fluffy end on the edges, which actually also helps in smudging that black shade in my crease a little bit as well. So I'm just depositing it and then pressing it. Now I'm going to use a brown eyeshadow to blend out everything, for which I'm using a tapered blending brush which is having more of a fluffy end, and using a brown eyeshadow, as you can see, I am blending out my crease so that the black eyeshadow gets beautifully blended with that brown and created that beautiful smoky kind of gradient effect on my eyelid. So you have to take time and blend out everything when you are creating an intense smoky eyes, guys. You can see I'm slowly building up the color in my crease, blending it really well so that everything looks really smooth and nice. If you want, you can surely intensify and layer on that black eyeshadow, but be careful, do not use a lot of this, and do not take your black shade over your crease. That will look really ugly. So make sure that you keep it up to your crease and then blend your brown eyeshadow in your crease, and it will create that beautiful, like a perfect, completely blended, smooth kind of smoky look. Taking the sugar kajal one more time, I'm gonna tightline my upper waterline and also going to apply it on my lower waterline, like thickly on my lower waterline, because I just want this eye look to be super dramatic. You can see it's so creamy, easy to apply. It does not tug or pull my eyes, and I really love just religiously applying this particular kajal. Now I'm gonna take that previous pencil brush and gonna smudge out that kajal which I have applied on my lower waterline. Basically, I'm just smudging it on all over my lower lash line. I haven't used any other eyeshadow. I'm just using my pencil brush to smoke that out. Now I'm going to take this light brown shade from the palette with the help of a smudging brush. I'm going to apply it just below that black kohl which I have smudged on my lower lash line to create the similar kind of blended look like my eyelid. So you can see this is how it's looking now. It looks super smooth, super blended into the skin. If you find some kind of unevenness going on around the nose, around the eyes, you can simply take your compact powder and a clean blending brush and just swirl it around your nose, the edges of your nose, and it's gonna blend it completely into your eye makeup and look really even out. For the mascara today, I am using the Flower Beauty Warrior Princess mascara. So this is something that I really love. This is one of the most volumizing mascaras, guys. It is of such good quality. This is underrated, but you have to try this one out. It also holds up my curl of my lashes really well. So you can definitely use a beautiful voluminous mascara with this kind of smoky eyes. But I love to wear falsies, so I'm using this one by Hina Beauty. It is in the variant Shukra, and I am just drooling over this, guys. This is such a pretty false eyelash which is so fluffy. It has completely changed my eye look. You can see it is so fluffy. It has got a lot of lashes which are of different sizes, which actually makes your own lashes look voluminous from within kind of look. You can see it has added such a nice warmth to my own eyes, which I absolutely love. Now for the bronzer, I'm using this one by LA Girl. It is her matte bronzer which she has newly come up with. It's very pigmented. and I'm using a contour brush from PAC for the application of the product. So with this particular product, you have to use in a very light-handed way. If you put a lot of this, it can turn into a very muddy one. So a little product goes a long way with it. You can see I'm using it just under my cheekbones to contour my face. Since it's a very bold eye look, I just want my face to look really structured in shape. Also want to hide the chubbiness of my face, my double chin, everything. So this particular product actually helps me in doing that. Also contouring my nose, and you can see the shade goes so well on Indian skin tones. Now to make my contour look even more sharp, I'm using my damp sponge, and with the help of my compact powder, I'm just applying it under my cheekbones, you can see, and blending it really well. This helps in making your contour look really sharp, and it also makes your face look really sculpted and really in structure, guys. So you can see this is how I have contoured my face. Now for the blush, I'm using MAC's Flare Par. This is a beautiful matte blush. I love it. It's a beautiful wearable pink shade, guys, which you can use on an everyday basis or with your intense smoky eye looks. If you want something really nude on the cheeks, this is the blush that you can definitely check out. It's neither too deep and dark, nor it's overly light. It is a perfect pink that's gonna look beautiful on Indian skin tones. I'm topping it off on top of my Rare Beauty blush to set it. I just want to set it with a powder blush, so that's why I'm applying it, and I'm really loving how it's actually looking on my skin, guys. So you can definitely give this one a shot. A Champagne Pop by BEIGE is something which I know is so gorgeous. It is a beautiful warm champagne color. It has got shimmer particles, guys, which you actually can see. If you layer it on a number of times, it will look really intense, but if you use in a very light-handed way, it will look really gorgeous on the skin. So you can see I'm just applying it on the highest points of my face. Warm champagne shade goes so well on Indian skin tones, and I'm just toning it down using my damp beauty sponge. Also applying it on the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, chin, applying it on the inner corner of my eyes to highlight my eyes, and also applying it on my brow bone to highlight my brow bone. So I really like this particular highlighter. It looks beautiful at night, guys, so you can definitely give this one a shot. Now it's time to move on to the lips, for which I am removing the excess lip balm, neutralizing my lips with my concealer, because that's gonna create a beautiful base for my lipstick, for which I'm using Lime Crime Velvetine's matte liquid lipstick in the shade Riot. I am in love with this particular shade. It's a beautiful deep peachy nude color which has got strong brown undertones. It has got hints of corals in it, so if you belong to very deep skin tone category, it might look a little washed out on you, but I think it's gonna rock on all Indian skin tones, guys. If you're searching for a beautiful deep peachy nude color, this is something that you can definitely check out. Very pigmented formulation, lightweight formula, dries down to 100%, completely transfer proof matte finish without drying out your lips. And this particular shade looks very similar to Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade Loved, which is my all-time favorite. So if you want something cheaper than the Lime Crime one, you can try out Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade Loved. You can see how pretty this one looks. Absolutely love it to bits. Now I'm gonna set in everything using my makeup setting spray, which is the Makeup Revolution Glow Fix Illuminating Makeup Setting Spray. I have shaken it really well because it has got the tiniest shimmer particles in it, which actually adds a lot of glow and dewiness to your skin, guys. It sets my makeup, it makes my makeup really long wearing. Now I'm gonna wear some jewelry pieces. I am adding my black bindi at first because this is the staple Bengali thing that I generally prefer to wear. These jhumkis I picked up from a local store, and these bangles are my mom's. So the sari is actually Resham Matka Jamdani silk sari, which I picked up. It's black in color with a golden combination, and the perfume of the day is Carolina Herrera's EDP Eau de Parfum in the variant Good Girl, and this is, I think, the sexiest perfume that I have in my collection. It actually matches with the black golden vibe of the day. It smells amazing, guys. It's a floral, musky, super sexy fragrance. It has got tonka beans in it, which makes it even more sexy and musky. In the dry down, you're gonna love it. This is how the look turned out. So So that's all guys, this is how I have created this amazing makeup look for this year's Ashtami, which turned out to be one of my favorite ones. I hope you really like it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye guys.